It started as an ordinary morning on my farm, the sun casting a golden glow over the fields, dew clinging to the tall grass. I was sipping my coffee, listening to the soft hum of farm machinery in the distance, when my phone buzzed. It was an urgent call from my neighbor. The HOA had blocked the only road leading to my farm office. 5 massive shipping containers had been strategically placed, completely cutting off access. At first, I thought it was some sort of construction mishap. But when I arrived at the scene, it became clear this was deliberate. The HOA was trying to assert control over my property, claiming authority over the road, even though it was private and had been the primary access to my office for years. I could see Karen's signature smirk on the security cameras as she directed the placement of the containers, clearly believing she had outmaneuvered me. I took a deep breath. The road may have been blocked, but I had something no HOA could ever anticipate: knowledge of the property. This only road she had blocked wasn't just a driveway. It was also the main route connecting their office to the city infrastructure. In other words, by blocking my access, they had inadvertently isolated themselves. I called the local authorities to document the trespass and obstruction. While they arrived, I assessed my options. My farm office wasn't just an office. It was the hub of operations for the agricultural network I managed across the county. It contained critical machinery, supplies, and documents that were essential to both my business and the surrounding farms. Without access, the HOA was effectively threatening their own livelihood by impeding mine. I decided to turn the tables. Using my farm equipment, a combination of tractors and heavy-duty forklifts, I began moving the shipping containers, carefully ensuring no damage while reclaiming my property. It took hours, but by mid-afternoon, the road was clear. The process drew attention from neighbors, who had witnessed the audacity of the HOA's move and now watched as I effortlessly dismantled their blockade. Karen, sensing that her plan had failed, confronted me as I returned to my office. "You can't just move those containers. They were placed there legally," she yelled, pointing at her HOA badge like it was a magic wand. I smiled, calm and collected. "Actually, those containers were placed on private property without permission. You've trespassed and obstructed my access. I suggest you leave before this escalates further." Her face twisted in disbelief. She had assumed that authority and audacity alone would suffice. She didn't realize that the legal boundaries of property ownership weren't up for negotiation. As I spoke, the authorities documented the interaction, taking notes on her repeated trespasses and the obstruction she had attempted. By the end of the day, Karen and her HOA members were issued citations for trespassing and obstruction of private property. The incident sparked a local media story, highlighting how an overreaching HOA had tried to assert control over private land and failed spectacularly. The exposure embarrassed them, and their attempt to assert power over my farm office only reinforced my reputation as someone who could protect their property and rights decisively. The farm returned to its normal rhythm. Fields were tended, livestock grazed peacefully, and the hum of daily activity resumed. Yet, the memory of those 5 shipping containers remained, a reminder of both the audacity of some people and the importance of vigilance. This encounter also reinforced a critical lesson. Sometimes, the key to protecting what's yours isn't just legal knowledge or physical readiness. It's timing, strategy, and the ability to turn someone else's overreach against them. By understanding the layout of my property and the consequences of their actions, I had not only defended my land but also exposed the HOA's reckless behavior for all to see. As night fell, the farm was quiet, bathed in the soft glow of lanterns and moonlight. The shipping containers were gone, the road unobstructed, and the HOA's interference neutralized. It was another victory for property rights, strategy, and the calm assertion of authority. My office, the heart of my farm operations, was safe, and anyone who tried to block access again would face consequences far beyond a simple blockade.